I almost liken it to a chessboard, and on a chessboard, there's a row of queens. And these queens can make any move, and this is Oracle, IBM, BMC, you name it, it's all EMC, all the acronyms, NetApp, all those guys. And for the longest time, they delivered a box to a customer. And they say, Mr. Customer, this box cost $1 million. And oh, by the way, you have to spend another $3 million making this box operational. And 3 years ago, I'm going to knock on your door and say, I'm here again. I want you to spend another $4 million all in, right?
20% every year.
Every year. So it was like, it was very interesting. So, well, the big shift that occurred was this little company that came from the Queens that Mark Benioff started called Salesforce.com. And Salesforce.com was a little bit like walking the pawn, the customer, into Plato's cave. Like they saw, oh my God, I don't have to have it this way. I could actually have it as a service, right? The issue is 90% of the apps that people are using today still were written in the last century. You can't just flick your fingers and say, okay, I'm just going to move everything into the new world and it's going to be all cloud-based and so on. There needs to be a rational transition of how you do it, and it's going to be measured and tested because businesses still have to operate while they undergo this. Infrastructure as a service was the first layer of it. Hey, let me take this away from you. Platform as a service is coming. All these things are the right fabrics that are going to develop. But I think Larry's seeing this and he's saying, oh my God, how do I transform my business, which is a queen today, and I call Salesforce like a rook. Can make some moves, it's powerful, not as powerful as queen. And then you have people like Amazon, who's another rook, who's saying, hey, you have to have a PhD in how to figure out how to work me, because you can't just kind of go in and get it easy. But here's the compute resources, right? It's another rook. Then you had VMware, if you think of what VMware did. VMware told people to get their house in order. You can't have server sprawl and 1,000 pizza boxes everywhere. It just doesn't work. You have to have 1,000 people. So those trends are making the queens kind of say, whoa, there's a fundamental change going on. And I think it is a paradigm shift. I think people will think about this 10 years from now, 15, 20 years from now, as though, okay, do I really go out and buy myself an oil station and a refinery and everything else to produce a kilowatt of electricity, or do I really buy it, right? And do I buy it in a smart way so it's delivered properly, I have quality of service, and so on. And these are still kind of the ways to do it right. The market hasn't quite figured it out. So I think Larry wants to get in front of that, and that's what's changing. It's the consumers becoming much more educated and now demanding, how come I can't have it this way? Once they've seen it, how it could be done right.